hours away from Team USA taking on Iran in the final match of the group play of the World Cup. Now, this is a must-win for Team USA, or else the team's run in Qatar is over. Joining me now live in studio is Bill McDermott, a.k.a. Mr. Soccer, right here in the city of St. Louis. I want to say thank you so much for coming in this morning.
How do you get used to these hours?
You don't.
How do you possibly get used?
Here's what happens. When you have bills to pay, you get up and you go to work.
Hear you loud and clear. Hear you, Rennie.
Hey, what is your confidence level for Team USA today?
It's high because I tell you, if you look at the other results in this World Cup, there are so many teams that were supposed to beat so-and-so. Argentina wasn't supposed to lose. Germany by no means is supposed to lose. So many other teams, Belgium in their latest game, they lose. So these are all teams that were figured to possibly have a chance to win the World Cup. And here they are, likewise, waiting for their last game in their group. So it is literally up for grabs.
Okay.
And that happened when Wales was defeated by Iran. That threw it all up for question marks.
It has been a fun tournament to watch.
Very much so, very much
now,
so.
Now, back in 1950, 5 St. Louis players played in the World Cup. This year, we've got 2 on Team USA, Tim Ream and Josh Sargent. But what I find incredible is that both of them went to the same high school, St. Dominic. Just how unique is that?
Unique? That's impossible. That is impossible. Now, the 5 St. Louisans who were on the 1950 team were all very close friends, obviously, and played together on various amateur local teams, some very prominent, some got some national exposure, some got some international exposure, but they by no means went to the same high school. And they're both prominent figures on this World Cup team. In particular, Tim Ream, who's been in top form in this particular World Cup, and also the way he's been playing for Fulham in the English Premier League.
You and I were joking about us being old, but he's 35 years of age. He's the oldest player on the team. He's still getting it done.
By a goodly margin, Rennie.
Yeah.
By a goodly margin. And that's one of the things about the next World Cup, 2026, which will be held for the first time in 3 countries, Canada, Mexico, United States. These players right now, who are some 18, 19, 20, they will all be of prime age when the next World Cup comes around.
Can't wait for that one. Yeah. Now, there are World Cup watch parties happening today at City Park, Amsterdam, Tavern, as well as other areas around St. Louis. How much has this area embraced this tournament?
Well, not only this tournament, Rennie, but the sport itself. And this dates back all the way to 1875. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you stories from 1875.
When you're just a little guy?
However, that's where it all started, on a Memorial Day weekend, Declaration Day back then. And ever since then, St. Louis it was the first soccer capital of the United States. Where that is right now, we don't know. But it will always remain the birthplace of the sport here in our country. So we've always here in St. Louis identified with the world's game, perhaps more so than any other city in the United States.
All right, Bill, I want to thank you so much for coming in
early
this morning.
My pleasure.
As we get closer to St. Louis City SC's play, I'm going to have you back in.
I know how to get here. I know
rest
how to get. Change your hours, would you?
Can't. All right, let's talk.